something a bit different this week, or the next 2 weeks. I'm asking each of our panelists if they had one stock that could potentially change your life as an investor over the next 5 years, what it would be. Yesterday, of course, we had Mathan Somasundaram and Gaurav Sodhi on, and Gaurav chose Audinate, with its the audio and video technology software company with its Dante software, and Mathan chose IGO, a nickel cum lithium miner that he thinks could be one of those stocks that might shoot the lights out in the next 5 years and change your life. So I've got to put the same thing to our panelists today. Mark Moreland from Teaminvest. How are you, Mark?
Actually, excellent, thank you.
And Julia Lee from Burman Invest. Julia, great to have your company.
Great to be here, thanks, Koshi.
Now, Mark Moreland, Teaminvest takes on the sort of Buffett-style investment principles.
Yes.
How do you analyse a stock that could change your life?
Well,
what's your definition?
Well, okay, our approach is not one stock changing your life, it's a portfolio.
Yep.
And we look at it as being, it's not a shoot the lights out kind of thing where you get 10,000% on one stock, because we would never be investing in anything that could probably ever do that.
Right.
So what we're interested in are what are the solid and reliable companies with sustainable business models and founder CEOs ideally who you can trust, with very low debt, no, super low risk, and sustainable businesses where you can buy it at a price that gives you a decent compound return over time. Is the way we look at it. So it's like a get rich slowly approach rather than changing your life. The trouble with changing your life is if you say that, then by definition you've got to go for something really speculative. To do that. So and you can do that, but that's not an investment strategy.
But that's one stock in a portfolio is the high risk at the end. So. In your mind, what would be a stock that changes?
Well, there's one that I'm invested in, which is a US stock called Editas, which is EDIT is the code.
Right.
That's the company that makes the genome sequencing machines. So they're the largest supplier in the world, and they have they've got all the CRISPR, or not all of it. They've got a lot of IP, enormous amount of IP in the business.
Right.
And they're making better, faster gene sequences, so their sales are going like that, because now what's happening is gene sequences getting down from universities to clinics and it's a massive growth area. And when you look at medicine that's going to be designed to fix you individually, because they sequence your genes, work out exactly what you're allergic to, what you're not, what's going to work, and so on. So that's the future.
Right.
So I think that's one that can shoot the light. Yeah. Now it doesn't pass our filters, but I'm an investor in it. But for me, it's in my. I've got a portfolio of US tech stocks like that, mainly in the health and genetics area.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I'm not assuming. I just put X dollars in, fixed. Forget about it.
Yep.
And if they go broke, this one won't.
Fascinating.
If they go broke, I'll forget it. Yeah.
Editas. So we'll put that in the group, and of course, it's so easy to invest in American stocks at the moment, isn't it? I notice Superhero is even letting you do it now as well. So a lot of different platforms.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Julia Lee from Burman Invest, one stock that could change your life over the next 5 years, what would it be?
I think the problem with one stock that's going to change your life is that it has to be a specky stock, which means you have to go way up the risk spectrum. So I guess just a bit of a warning beforehand that this is not typically how we invest, but you're looking at high risk, high potential return, but high potential losses.
So you don't have one stock like that in your portfolio, one or two stocks?
Well, I've gone outside the portfolio because if I was to choose something like that, what I would probably do is have a look at the structural trends that were already in play and were likely to grow significantly over the next decade. And we know that one of those trends is, of course, the move to clean energy. So the area that I've chosen to go with is hydrogen energy. Now, hydrogen energy is seen as a clean energy because after the burning process, what you're left with is water. Unlike coal, when you're burning that off, you're left with CO2, which of course is a polluting agent. So at the moment, a lot of the hydrogen energy that we consume is through LNG, liquefied natural gas. But of course, the magic word is really green hydrogen, where you are utilizing, I guess, something like solar or renewable power to try and kickstart that process. So the specky stock I've gone with is Hazer Group, HZR is the stock code. Mineral Resources actually owns almost 5% of this company. So if you want to go down a less risky avenue, then you can always play it through Mineral Resources with its holding of around about 5% in this particular company. But what this company has is a proprietary process. And what it does is it uses iron ore so that after when it goes through the process, it's left with hydrogen. And the other byproduct is also graphite, which of course is rising in terms of demand because of the whole electric vehicle evolution. So I guess it's a bit of a specky one. It is at the start of its journey, which is what you want to look for when I guess there's a stock that might potentially change your life. But of course, the key thing with hydrogen at the moment is getting it down to a lower cost because it's relatively expensive. And if we can see that over the next 3 to 5 years, then of course it's a massive market. The hydrogen market's worth more than $130 billion at the moment.